a lot of that inventory just went to waste. Okay, there was a lot of SKUs that I had that wasn't selling, so they was just sitting in the inventory warehouse, and they was charging me every month for the space that it was taking up. Yo, what is going on, Money Mafia? It's your man Mohamed Camara. Welcome back to the channel. You already know what time it is, man. Let's get into it. I want to tell y'all a story of how I lost 30k dropshipping, and I'm gonna be completely honest, probably one of my biggest L's in the past 5 years of dropshipping. If you're new to this channel, make sure you check in. Alright, hit the like on this video. I'm about to drop some real gems. I'm gonna give you some real tips for you to look out for if you're new to this whole dropshipping scene and you want to avoid some mistakes, okay? Because I wish somebody told me this when I was first getting started. All right, so I want to share some details with y'all. Before we get into it, of course, let's do live sales check. All right, let's check on the sales for today. You already know what it is, man. There you go, boom, 1100 in sales. We got 12 visitors right now. Here's our top locations, 28 orders. We should end the day definitely above $2,000 in sales today. But like I said, it's time to get into this story, man. And this is probably, I don't think I shared this ever before on YouTube. So like I said, if you tuned in right now, hit a like, hit a subscribe if you're new to the channel. Money Mafia, you already know what the deal is. I want to tell y'all about how I lost 30k dropshipping one day. Okay, and this was probably like, I think this was maybe 2018. This was probably like my second year getting into dropshipping. And around this time, I'm gonna be honest, I was selling like swimsuits and stuff. This is on Facebook ads. You know, before on Facebook, they wasn't so strict. So you could advertise things like swimsuits for, you know, females and whatnot. And at that time, I was doing crazy numbers. I mean, I was doing like a good 60k per month at its highest moment, right? So right now, if you guys haven't known already, I'm doing like over 6 figures per month with this store right now that I just showed you. But back in the day, 60k per month was a lot for me, and this was drop shipping. And I knew very early on when I was drop shipping that I wanted to brand my store. So I wanted to buy, instead of like keep scaling these swimsuits on, you know, Facebook ads and, you know, getting complaints about the sizing and things like that, I'm like, all right, let me order these swimsuits in bulk. Okay, so I spent about 30k on swimsuits. Okay, this is the 30k that I had saved up from all the drop shipping that I did before. And I'm like, all right, I know I got to take this to the next level. I want to provide a better experience for the customers. I want to make sure they're getting the sizing right. Because one thing, if you don't know already, when you're doing apparel and drop shipping them from like AliExpress and things like that, a lot of the times the sizing is off. Okay, so, you know, in Asia, their sizing chart is very different from the US sizing chart. So people tend to be a little bit bigger here, so the sizing is just different. That's just what it is. So I tried to market on my website as, all right, for every size that's like a large that's coming from Asia, that would be equivalent to a US medium. So I would try to mark them as different sizes. I even went as far as like getting my supplier to add on a couple sizes up, like a double XL and a triple XL. That way I would have like a extra large and a 2XL for US sizes, you know what I'm saying? So at this point I was putting a lot of effort and I was putting a lot of time into trying to brand this swimsuit store, and it did pretty well, you know. And the part that I went wrong is when I try to like brand it too fast. And what I mean by that is, you know, you guys know that I'm doing the branding business model right now. I'm not doing drop shipping. It's more so just branding products. But I tried doing it before, ordered 30k in inventory, okay? But this is the thing. The swimsuits, because it's apparel, it comes in a lot of different sizes. It comes in a lot of different colors. So I had about 5 colors, and I had about, for each color, I had about 5 sizes each. Okay, so the extra small, the small, medium, large, the XL, and the 2XL, 3XL. Okay, so that was about 7 different sizes per swimsuit, per color. Okay, so if you think about it, all I had was like 5 different designs, but on those 5 designs, it took about like 35 different SKUs just to make up for those 5 designs. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because all of that was very unnecessary. I was doing way too much. And I didn't really know, because looking back at it, all it takes is one product to really scale. Okay, all it takes is one product to do millions of dollars in a single year, right? There was no point of going and getting 5 different swimsuits of 5 different colors of 7 different sizes and complicating my own life. And what happened is I tried to order this inventory in bulk. When it came into my house, I had to sort it out because I was trying to send it to a third-party logistics company. I didn't want to ship them out myself. It was just too much to handle. I wanted to be able to be on the move, keep traveling, and still automate my business. 2 things went wrong when I decided to work with these third-party logistics companies. And real quick, if you don't know what a third-party logistic company is, it's a warehouse based in the US or wherever you're located that's basically gonna manage the fulfilling of the inventory. They're gonna manage holding the stock of your inventory for you. And every time an order comes into your store, it's gonna be automatically forwarded to them so that they can automatically fulfill it for the customers. Great way to get 2-day shipping, you know, fast shipping for your customers. So I was trying to think ahead. But one of the things I didn't anticipate is all the logistics requirements that was required to really like take this and make it like make sense. Okay, and what I mean by that is I had to organize the SKUs for the third-party logistics company. So I found myself having to order the product to my house, sort it out on my own, and being that it was a lot of SKUs and a lot of different sizes, I'm going through boxes and hundreds of swimsuits trying to organize them just so I can ship them out to the third-party logistics companies and have them handle it. Okay, that was the first part. It was very hard to kind of get the inventory to them because they wouldn't accept it unless it was organized in a certain fashion. And then 2, once they actually got the inventory, 1, they're gonna charge you a lot because they charge you based on stocking the inventory when you first get it. And then they also charge you every time the order is being fulfilled. So they'll charge you like $1 per order. So on top of having to spend a lot of time in the first place just trying to get the inventory there, I also had to spend a lot of money and resources in the fulfillment of the order. So a lot of money was just cutting into my profit margins, and being that I didn't calculate all of these things beforehand and actually get a good understanding of my logistics, a lot of that inventory just went to waste. Okay, there was a lot of SKUs that I had that wasn't selling, so they was just sitting in the inventory warehouse, and they was charging me every month for the space that it was taking up. And you know, out of the 35 different SKUs that I had of these 5 swimsuits, it was only about, I would say like 2 or 3 best sellers at most. So you know, I had a whole bunch of other inventory that I was sitting on, and anybody who deals with inventory knows that that's probably the worst position to be in. Okay, you don't want to be sitting on inventory. So I try to discount them, all that stuff, but it just wasn't moving. And it got to a point where even looking at it after every month, looking at my profit and loss, I realized that I was actually losing money doing that. Okay, on top of the ad costs, on top of the fulfillment costs for the third-party logistics, paying the shipping, on top of, you know, all those little costs, I was just breaking even or losing like 5% of my profit. After that 30K I spent on inventory kind of went to waste, I realized that, you know, I shouldn't have went about it that way, right? First of all, if you're getting into drop shipping, don't do apparel. I don't recommend you do apparel unless you have your own clothing line and you want to ship that from home. But drop shipping wise, it's not a wise decision to get into apparel, and that's why I'm making this video for you guys. Okay, I want to basically make the point that it was not a smart decision to start branding that store early, and all it takes is one product. Okay, one product, one SKU, and that's enough to make you millions and millions of dollars. But if you want to do the apparel and you're really passionate about it, be very strategic. Keep the SKU items low so that you're not like, I'm sitting on a lot of inventory like I was. And if you do decide to brand the product and buy it in bulk, then, you know, make sure that the third-party logistics warehouse you're working with is understanding that, you know, you have margins too, okay? Because they're in it for their own profit. They don't care if your business succeeds or not. Tell you the truth, they just want their money too for the services they're providing. So if there's one thing you could take away from this, you know, this little story of how I lost 30K dropshipping, it's that all it takes one product. Okay, all it takes is one product for you to see success, and I would rather you focus on that one product that's unique enough, has that wow factor, has the right margins, and scale that one product up. And then when you have that cash, then go ahead and plan on maybe opening up another product line to kind of capitalize on the customers that you already have. But ultimately, probably like looking back at it, that's probably like my biggest loss when it came to just drop shipping in general. And that came from, you know, not really knowing that managing inventory on your own is a big burden, which is why drop shipping is so amazing, because it leaves you blind to all of that other stuff, right? You just order, you know, people are ordering stuff on your store, and you can just forget about the whole fulfillment process. You don't have to worry about the packing, the cost of that and stuff. So the risk is very low when you get into drop shipping. But when you decide to brand your store, it's a whole different story, okay? So there's a certain way to go about it. You got to be strategic about how you're going to manage your inventory, and that's what we kind of cover in Ecom Bootcamp 3, you know, turning dropshipping stores into actual brands that you could go ahead and sell in the future for huge amounts of profit. Okay, so just to give you an example of how this works, when, let's say you have a brand that does $100,000 a year versus a dropshipping store that does $100,000 in a year, right? That dropshipping store, you'll probably be able to sell it for about 100K, maybe, right? Because it's very easy to replicate that. There's no risk. You don't have any actual inventory. So the value of it is going to be a little bit less. Whereas that branded store that did the same amount of revenue, that store could go for about 250K to 500K, right? Depending on what's the conversion rates and stuff like that. And the reason why there's a difference in the value is because actually having the inventory is a great add-on as an asset. It actually shows that you have physical products, you have an asset, and the business is thus more profitable. Because of that, the value of the business is more, so people are willing to pay more to buy that business, you know. So ultimately, like I always say, dropshipping is a great business model for you to get in, start, test the product, see if you actually want to take it to the next level. But knowing what I know now, you know, with my branding store right now, I'm just looking at it, and it's a very big difference between the branded store I have now versus the branded store that I tried to create before and lost 30K. So I just wanted to share that learning lesson for you guys real quick. If you do decide to brand your store, which is the right thing to do, still do it in a smart manner, okay? Hire a logistics manager part-time, pay them an extra $200 a week or a month or something. Have them plan out your inventory, do some forecasts for you, and plan out how you're actually going to manage the inventory. Now, you know, a lot of people ask me, why are you shipping out the products yourself? Well, there's a lot of benefits to it because I get to be hands-on with the product. There's a whole different business understanding that you get when you're actually touching the products yourself and shipping them out to the customers yourself. And you can kind of predict what the customer experience is going to be like. But when you buy the products in bulk and you send them to a third-party logistics company, you're going to cut down on your margins a little bit more. Yes, it's going to be automated, but I would rather put in the 3 hours a day fulfilling the orders myself, getting one-on-one and getting personal with the customers, than sending my products to a warehouse where all they care about is just making their own profit. You know, that's really my 2 cents, and that's what I have to say on the whole thing. But don't do what I did, okay? Don't go in and buy a bunch of inventory and have no plan of how you're gonna actually get that inventory out, okay? Do the forecasting, do the planning of what your profitability is actually gonna be like when you start selling that inventory, and just simplify the whole process. Stick with one product, okay? That's all it really takes for you to scale and be a dropshipping millionaire or ecom millionaire, all right? And do 7 figures with your store, okay? So let me know what you guys want to see next, okay? Comment down below. If you want to enter the giveaway to get a chance to be mentored by me, all you have to do is comment down below #MoneyMafia, and whatever comment, suggestion, video you want to see next, put it in the comment section. I'll pick one lucky person, and that person will get access to Ecom Bootcamp 3 absolutely free, and I'll be announcing that on my Instagram. All right, so if you haven't already, hit a like on this video if you got some insight. Hit a subscribe if you're new to the channel. Okay, we cover everything drop shipping, turning them into branded stores. Okay, something that a lot of these other YouTubers aren't talking about. 1, because they don't know how to, or 2, because they don't have actual stores themselves, which is quite funny to me. But on your way out, make sure you hit that like, man. Like I said, in the next video, We'll talk about some other interesting topics, but in the meantime, you know, you can check out this video right here. I'll put it somewhere on the screen, right here or right here, and I think you will enjoy that next. Okay, so I'll catch you on the next one. It's your man Mohamed Camara. You know what time it is, man. Let's get to it. Peace.